Hey guys, and my 19 loyal subscribers. I got a personal message on how my previous video helped them to gain clarity on themselves, and it really helped me find purpose in what I'm doing and made me feel like my internal struggle and effort to figure things out wasn't worthless after all. So, hopefully, this video does the same for you. Today, I'm going to talk about 4 practical mindsets to have after breakup. So, let's get started. Number one, past is just the past. As much as it sounds so typical, I don't know why this just didn't sit with me. This is what I actually realized in 2025 New Year's. I forgot to bring my keys and got locked out of my house without a flatmate. That's when I realized that the past when I was able to sleep in my own place, have nice warm water, were all just gone. I either had to like pay £100, wait 2 days, or go stay with my friend in another city. And it's a bit dramatic, I know, but that's also when I realized that the version of past is just what exists in me and it just no longer remains here. I'm not saying that past is just a past in a way of like forget everything because like life is short, we gotta move on. But at that time, that was when I was going through some breakup aftermath. That's also the day I realized that whatever happened in the past is just no longer here, and that those memories will be painted and have been painted by my own emotions and nostalgia. I think this is still something that I always like try to remind myself that the version of love that us two shared is pretty much gone. I recently watched this movie called Blue Valentines. I think it's a great movie because it captures the reality where the couple had true love but slowly realizes the inability to communicate with each other enough to address their own problem, left in a situation where they just have no idea how to move forward. Does it mean that the previous love wasn't real? I don't really think so. But it was more like a firework where it is so amazing and breathtaking, yet so ephemeral that it's quite long gone afterwards. And I guess I just couldn't believe that some people can have their love slowly die out. And that same person who used to say so many sweet things to me would not just be in love with me anymore. But just how love gets stronger the more you try to build it, the form of love also dwindles. And that was something that I guess I just refuse to think about because the former, where the love gets stronger, is something I expect obviously as I, build a long term relationship with them. But then the latter is so hard to accept and comprehend with our both heart and brain. And I know that this is a bit difficult to embrace for some. So I think we can stay hopeful and optimistic that people who are meant to be with each other will find their way back together. But for me, it also slowly died out. Mindset 2, self pity will keep you stuck. I think there's a huge difference between grieving and rumination. And rumination keeps you stuck in that past that is just no longer there. Grieving is active processing, while rumination is passive replaying. So it's something like, why did they do this? Why did this happen? These thoughts keep you stuck in that cycle of past that just goes on and on without moving forward. I have to admit that I was holding on to this pain because no longer having that pain, not even having that pain, was equal to removing that last piece of them in me. I would have to actually face the reality that this is actually over and the last string is also long gone. So I guess that's exactly the reason why I was like keep replaying, keep imagining like bumping into them coincidentally. And these are all actually are attempts to control the narrative. After my second breakup, I was listening to like sad songs, going over all the photos again and again every 2 a.m. until this one night after months of breakup, I realized that I'll never be able to get to see them again. So like letting go is hard and it hurts, but holding on to it hurts even more. What's scary about it is that it removes the chance for you to have something better to come to your life. And I'm not saying something better as in like a better partner or better whoever's coming to your life, but it's more like your life is losing the chance for you to enjoy your life. And I'm saying this because when I was ruminating and going through like all the photos, listening to sad songs, I don't think I had that chance to like properly enjoy my second year. So if I could go back, I would tell myself that I deserve a peace of mind than an incomplete answer that probably won't satisfy me anyways. So after my most recent breakup, I just immediately deleted all the chat history, photos, and like 4 different cameras. Built my emotional support playlist that reminded me I had my life before them. So, like high school guilty pleasure songs. And also made a Pinterest board of like my vision, my life, reminding myself that my life doesn't end just because I lost one person. And quite frankly, like I'm still the same person, but just one less person loves me. My essence remains exactly the same before them and after them, but it's just one less person. But guess what? Like, you already have people who love you, who check up on you, and you also haven't met all the people who are going to be in your dinner table, who's going to be in your dinner party, and who's always going to love you. And the only way to break out and believe in what I'm saying right now is having that slight bit of self courage, self trust, to believe in yourself, to believe in your ability that you can make your future happen in a way that you want. And I know this is so scary, and this is exactly why I'm going to cover it in my next video, but this is really your only way to break out. So be intentional with music and media that you consume. I know that we all do like, those doom scrolling, but turn off certain words on algorithm if it helps, and be intentional with what you're listening to because it affects you even when you're not listening to the music. Mindset 3, avoid demonizing your ex. Obviously there are exceptions like cheating or violence because like that's a non-negotiable, but if it's the other cases, if I stay mad at someone, the more I stay mad, the more it exhausts me. So I stopped demonizing them because for me, forgiving was easier than staying mad at someone who won't be my chapter. I don't even know if I genuinely forgave them because it was such a huge thing to me. So I am trying to draw it to a conclusion that I don't have to wish them anything, neither good nor bad. I don't have to forgive. I'm trying to forget about it by just keeping it neutral. And neutral is still a new concept to me. And this is what I learned after I started working a couple months ago. At workplace, there's this neutral relationship called colleagues, where I don't have to be friends with them, nor enemies with them, obviously, which is completely different from like your university dynamics because there you either have your friends or people who just like don't care about it at all. And I think it's same with love. For some people, I love them and I'll love them forever, wish them all the best. But for some other relationships, I don't know if I can. So this is quite new determination for me, but I'm trying to tell myself that this neutrality may be okay if it helps me to find my own solace. Last mindset. Thinking and unthinking are habits that you have to and you can practice. Memories and thoughts arise subconsciously. Obviously, if I tell you like don't think about the elephant, your first thought will be elephants, right? So these thoughts are subconscious, and there's nothing we can do about it. And it's exactly why we replay the supercuts, the snapshots of memories, the things they told us, and keep imagining things. And while these can arise subconsciously, you can also be intentional and tell yourself that I am practicing selective thinking. Just like when a streak of hair that gets stuck on your like shoulder or your clothes, you throw it away each time. When these thoughts arise, you need to actively practice throwing it away, unthinking in the short term. I once read like someone else's opinion and letting go. The original post was about a rabbit that they used to have that recently died. You don't want to lose your memories of that rabbit, do you? You want to preserve in vivid memory its soft fur, its warm body heat, and its sparkling eyes. When someone has already physically left your side and you long to see them again, to let go means pouring all the memories, experiences, and sensations you had of the rabbit you loved into an abstract ocean. Then you will never truly lose them. You may no longer be able to feel the rabbit with your hands as before, but whenever you want to feel it, you can go to that ocean. The vast ocean will always return those memories of the rabbit whenever you wish. Over time, these memories will gradually flow deeper into the sea. The emotions you felt in 2018 will also fade somewhat. However, the memories themselves will not disappear. Rather than rotting away, they will remain and continue to make your ocean more beautiful. And when that happens, someone who is precious to someone becomes just as enough as someone who was precious to someone. Keeping the memories is important because they used to be in your chapter, and your chapter is also part of your life. But because we also at the same time want to avoid rumination, I think practically, if you want to keep the memories, then write it down somewhere and revisit them when you miss them, when you want to go back to that chapter. But don't, but that does not necessarily involve thinking over that scene over and over again, like every single day. I would like to finish this video with an interview that I watched recently. Detachment isn't about erasing the past or pretending that it didn't hurt. It's about separating the love you gave from the outcome you wanted because the love was real. The magic was real. So next time the song you listened to with your previous partner comes out, just remember and cherish that memory, enjoy that song because it is so uniquely you and theirs. The memory that you share with your partner is so uniquely to you and them, and it will be there in your and their vast ocean. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that you don't have to demonize someone else to move on. And more importantly, you don't have to feel guilty about moving on. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll come back with more.